What's going on, everybody? Vasset here at Outdoors with V. Hope everyone's doing well. I am out here in the backcountry. I am in the beautiful Shenandoah National Park off of Skyline Drive here in the mountains of Virginia. In the last episode, I mentioned to you all that I have been extremely busy at work. And so I've caught a break. Some recent plans at work have fallen through, and now I'm out here in the backcountry. So let's go ahead and get this backpacking adventure started. Let's get on the trail. Ah, the smell of freshly cut grass. This guy just resumed cutting grass here. He just turned his mower off to talk to me for a little bit. But yeah, just a good Samaritan cutting grass out here. It's a lot of work. Volunteers come out here and cut the grass for the park. I was just talking to him about it, and he does it once a week or so. Very nice guy. There is the trailhead there. My truck is parked behind those trees. But yeah, take a look. It's beautiful out here. We're going to continue along the Appalachian Trail here. That's where we're headed. The beginning of that hike there behind us, it was mainly all uphill for the most part. And it wasn't hard or anything, but I definitely broke a sweat, as you can see. So anyways, it's a really nice day though. Lately, it's been hot, like really hot. Over 94, 95 degrees every single day for the last couple weeks. And now, not only have I gotten a break from work, but I also have a break from this weather. We may come back to this to see if there's a campsite in there, but we'll keep going for now. As I was saying, the weather, it has been so hot in the last couple weeks. We had that heat dome across most of the country, right? So we are experiencing high humidity, high temperatures, heat indexes of over 100 degrees on most days. Now, 72 degrees today. We get a break from this nasty hot weather, and it feels amazing out here. Still warm, but not obviously as hot and as humid. I think the low tonight is 55. I can't wait. Cannot wait. Anyways, let's keep hiking. I want to go ahead and mention this as well. You all have probably noticed that I look down a lot, right? When I'm on the trail, look at this area, okay? When I'm on the trail here in the Virginia mountains, I have to look down. And that is because there are timber rattlesnakes and copperheads everywhere. You hear reports of people coming across them, getting bit, needing rescue, and I do not want that to happen to me. All you have to do is, while you're hiking, look straight, look up, look around, and look down. And that way you are completely aware of your surroundings as best as you can, right? As best as you can be, I should say. I just wanted to mention that. Very important. I have come across some sort of structure, everybody. Check this out. Let me turn this camera around. Radio frequency radiation hazard restricted area. Let's go ahead and talk gear for a moment. My backpack on this trip, that is the Decathlon 4-Class Trek 100 70-liter backpack. You all have seen me use this backpack on the channel multiple times. I love this backpack. Not only is it a great backpack, but it is also very budget friendly. Now, Decathlon recently changed the name of this backpack from the 4-Class to the Simond, S-I-M-O-N-D. Not sure why they did that, but if you're in the market for a very budget-friendly backpack that can haul a lot of gear, 70 liters, it's awesome. I believe this backpack is under $130 for the material, the quality, the size of this backpack. That is incredible. So if you're in the market for a backpack, or if you are looking to backpack for the first time and you want to carry a good amount of stuff with you, this right here is the one to buy, for sure. Speaking of gear, I have a brand new tent that I'll be using on this trip as well. It is a 2-person tent. Looking forward to sharing that with you all. And I have a new, that was close, a new pump, air pump for my air mattress, my sleeping pad as well. Anyways, everybody, still hiking. Let's keep going. If we don't scare this little guy away, hopefully I can get him on camera. But we got a little bunny here. Can y'all see that? Oop. Oh man, here he goes. Y'all see him moving in there? See you later, buddy. This GoPro cannot zoom, so I don't know if you all saw him or not. But he's in there. Have a good day, buddy. We've been hiking for quite a ways now. Here in a minute, we're gonna find a spot to take a break, a water break, maybe even eat a snack. So yeah, that's what we'll do as soon as we find a place to chill. 30 seconds after filming that last scene, my GoPro died. So I'm taking a break right here, right off the trail. The trail's right here, right? So I just changed out the battery, and now I'm just gonna stand still for a little bit, and I'm gonna drink some water. This is my rest. I don't need to sit or anything like that. It's so beautiful and peaceful out here. You all saw, towards the beginning of the video there, a pretty full parking lot at the trailhead. And I started to worry a little bit. Is there gonna be a lot of people on this trail, or is there going to be a lot of people camping, so on and so forth? And other than 2 through hikers, I haven't run into anyone else. I haven't even heard anyone, which is exactly the way I like it. The other thing I want to share with you all, I know that you can see a little skin here. I'm fully aware of that, okay? And I know you can see my underpants. I apologize. These pants here, they don't breathe very well. And the only way to vent these pants is to zip down the side here. So you can easily zip it back up. There it is there. But yeah, these pants here, they're by Fjallraven. Very, very good rugged pants to wear in the backcountry. A lot of bushcrafters wear them. I am not a bushcrafter, but I love these pants. They're very good in the winter as well. All right, everybody. The time right now is 3:54 p.m. The plan now, I'm going to shut this camera off and I'm going to get some miles in, some hiking in, and I will bring you back whenever we have some potential campsites. And so I'm going to get to hiking now, shut this off. It's go time. Check this out. Now, at first glance, you would think that this is a great site. And at first I thought the same, right? So I was thinking I could clear all of this debris right here and move those rocks there, right? And put my tent here, okay? And then I would string up my tarp like in this area. But if you look around, there's a ton of deadfall, right? Look at all the deadfall. Look at this. Look at that right there. Too much deadfall. Too many trees already leaning on each other. You know what I mean? And so I'm going to be very cautious and I'm going to keep going. Still hiking, everybody. Still hiking. Enjoying some peanut butter crackers. All right, everybody. I'm noticing some rocks over here, and it looks to be a pretty decent opening. Oh, yeah. We're not that far off trail if we use this site, but it is getting late. Like, it's almost 6 p.m. I've been hiking forever, for hours and hours. And look, here's a trail here. Again, this is the Appalachian Trail. And there's a place to set up camp right in there. Let me turn this camera around and we'll walk in there. Again, there's the trail there. And we're just gonna walk in here. Oh yeah, we can definitely use this, everybody. Already I can tell you that I'd probably put my tarp, string up my tarp like right here. And I put my tent there. Yeah, this looks good. This is definitely the spot. As I said, it's getting late. I've been hiking for a very long time and shoulders are starting to feel it for sure. So are my feet. Anyways, let's go ahead and set up our tarp and our chair first, and then we'll do the tent. All right, everybody, time to set up our chair here. Now, I got this tarp all up here, okay? Now, obviously, it is not perfect, but I was committed to how I wanted to set up this tarp. And when I say it's not perfect, I'm sure you've already noticed this, but there's a tree right here blocking the tarp from fully expanding that way. And honestly, I'm okay with it. Usually I'm a perfectionist, but again, I am pretty tired, not gonna lie. I was hiking for a very long time before coming up to this spot, and I am so glad I found it. Now, it's still very taut, right? The tarp here. I think it's a pretty good setup. We have a very, very low chance of rain in this area tonight, but if it does rain, I have no problem standing here and just holding this up. I've done it before, you know what I mean? So I think this is tilted downwards good enough on this side for the rain to fall off. But if it does rain, we will have to tend to it due to what's going on over here, okay? But again, I'm perfectly fine with it. All right, chair is set up. Oh, man. That feels good, everybody. Woo! It is 6:49, everybody. 6:49 p.m. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and set up my tent, and then camp will be fully set up. This is the OneTigris Stella, upgraded version, 2-person tent. And I am super excited to use this tent on this adventure. OneTigris came out with the original Stella years ago, and it was primarily made for the winter time, right? I think I used it in like 20 or 25 degrees one night, and it performed extremely well. But that tent, almost 100% all fabric and no mesh on it. On this tent, check it out. Look at the front, and it's also on the back. You have this mesh panel here, so you just unzip behind it the fabric panel, and then you can expose the mesh and get maximum airflow inside, because you have another one on the other side here as well, a mesh panel. Check it out. So yeah, OneTigris did a great job releasing this tent, upgrading it, and putting in that mesh panel. When this tent came out, my man Luke over at the Outdoor Gear Review, shout out to you, man. We were geeking out about this tent coming out. I mean, we were so excited that OneTigris was releasing this thing. All right, everybody, the tent is fully set up. It's staked out, got the rain fly on, good to go. I mentioned to you all that I also have a new air pump by Flextail. This is the Flextail 5.0. Yeah, I guess that's what it's called. So you have the pump, but you also have a light on here. Look how bright this is. That's like setting 1, setting 2, setting 3. I think that's it. Look how bright that is. Yeah, so let me see here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need this attachment here. It comes with 5 or 6 attachments for all, you know, air nozzle types or sizes. But I'm gonna go ahead and pump up my sleeping pad. Put this on there. Here's the valve. Yeah, and we're gonna go ahead and pump this up. Oh yeah, this is quick, everybody. Oh yeah, that is good to go. Oh man, that is good. Everybody, I've been chilling for a while. I shut this camera off and I've been doing a good amount of work, particularly hiking. Like, I hiked for hours and miles out here. I'm so happy that I came across this campsite. Since I've been here, and I've been at this site for a few hours now, I haven't seen or heard a soul. Like, no one. The only thing I'm hearing are birds, insects, the wind, you know what I mean? That's it. So, I love this. That's my favorite type of camping, especially when I'm backpacking, you know what I mean? All right, it is 8:15 on the dot, everybody. and it is dinner time. So let's go over our choices. Let's see here. Okay. We have Dottie's Chicken and Dumplings. This is by Packet Gourmet. Chicken and dumplings. That sounds really good. And then our final choice is Chicken Gumbo by Good To Go Foods. New Orleans style gumbo with okra, chicken, and rice. Dottie's Chicken and Dumplings or Chicken Gumbo. Now, you would think that after all that hiking, that I'd be super hungry. I'll be honest with you all, I didn't film this, but I probably ate... Actually, you know what? I did film one scene. I was eating those crackers. But I ate crackers, trail bars, Nutri-Grain bars. Like, I was snacking. I was hungry on the trail. This chicken gumbo here, this seems very heavy. Like, it's already heavy without water in it. You know what I mean? And so, I'm going to go lighter. And I'm going to go chicken and dumplings. That's what I'm going to do. Very simple. You just, boil some water, add the broth concentrate, and then you do the 1.5 cups of boiling water to the pouch, stir, and then seal it up and wait 10 minutes. Yeah, easy enough. Let's go ahead and do that. We have just under 3 minutes until this is ready to eat. Now, I've never had this particular freeze-dried meal before, but I love chicken and dumplings. I'll tell you that much. So I'm excited to try that. I hope I don't get disappointed. You know what I mean? I think I said this earlier. The temperature tonight is going to get down to like mid 50s. Mid 50s, 55, 56, somewhere around there. It's probably, I would say 62, 63 degrees right now. It feels amazing. Let me just say that. feels incredible. Now, I did forget my thermometer. I never forget that, you know? So I could be wrong by a couple degrees, give or take, but I've been in the outdoors for so long that I know it's around 62, 63 degrees, somewhere around there. Moment of truth, everybody. Dottie's Chicken and Dumplings by Packet Gourmet. There's the first bite there. Nice and hot. That is really good. I will say this though. I feel like it calls for too much water. 1.5 cups. Wow. It's like a soup, right? But it's still really good. I mean, really good. Nice and hearty, nice and savory. Oh yeah. Got some peas in here, some carrots, dumplings, chicken, soup. Very, very good. I'm impressed. The time now, 8:51 p.m. and I am exhausted, okay? So I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm going to sit here, finish this, enjoy it for a while, and the next time I see y'all, we'll be inside the tent. I'll see you in a bit. We are inside the tent, everybody, and it feels incredible in here. I went ahead and tied back that fabric panel, and I have the mesh exposed here at the door, and I feel all that breeze coming in. I don't even have to do the other side here. This is good enough. Sitting inside this tent right now, everybody, I can tell you this. This is for sure a 2-person tent. I forgot how much room this tent had. Like, there's a ton of space in here. 2 people can definitely sleep inside of this tent very comfortably, for sure. I mean, I got my gear everywhere. I have a 25-inch wide sleeping pad. Like, there's a ton of room. I do want to take a moment and share one more piece of gear with you all that I am using on this adventure. And that is this quilt by Outdoor Vitals. This is their Storm Loft 30-degree quilt. You can see the red on the inside there and the gray on the outside. I used this on my last backpacking adventure, the one with my Uncle Brett, and I needed it. It got down to like 35, 36 degrees, somewhere around there. And we were using 3-season tents. And when I say 3-season, I mean mesh throughout the entire tent. Like his tent, my tent. So I needed this quilt, and it kept me warm all night. I wanted to mention this before I forget. If you were wondering why I didn't make a fire tonight, real simple. Inside of Shenandoah National Park, open fires while in the backcountry are not permitted. Unless you go to a designated shelter, designated picnic area that has a fire ring, you can make a fire there, but you can't make an open fire in the backcountry. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night here. Here in a second, I'm going to see if I can find my phone. It's somewhere around here. To see if I have any cell signal. And if I do, I'm going to try to say goodnight to my wife and kids. But I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight to you all now. Have a good night. I'll see you all in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. The time now is 6:23 a.m. It feels pretty chilly out here. Got my down jacket on. I slept great, by the way. Very comfortable inside of this new upgraded OneTigris Stella 2-person tent. So, just like the first one, very impressed with it. But this added mesh was awesome. I mean, the airflow inside of that tent last night was incredible. Now, when it got cold, I did have to zip everything up. The breeze was just coming in, and I got pretty chilly. And eventually, I don't know, 3 a.m., I was like, yeah, it's time to put on this jacket. So, anyway, everybody, let's go ahead and get breakfast and coffee started. I definitely feel a little slow this morning. You could probably tell by the way I'm talking. I don't know. My speech is slightly delayed. Anyways, let's get started. It is coffee time, baby. Oh man, that is good. Sorry for the slurping. It's a little hot. The rest of this water I'm gonna use for oatmeal. So, yep, we're gonna do, let's see, 100 calorie Better Oats cinnamon roll right there. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, this might be a little too much water, so I don't want to waste it because we're on a backpacking trip and I haven't seen any streams at all, any water source. Maybe I missed it, I don't know, this entire time. So I'm gonna pour a little bit back in my bottle. I think that is good. We'll go ahead and use that. And we're gonna pour this oatmeal. All right, let's enjoy this as well. I'm gonna cover this up and let it sit for a little bit. And we're just gonna sit here, drink some coffee, and relax. All right, let's go ahead and eat this oatmeal. It's got to be ready by now. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh man, always good. This is one of my favorite oatmeal brands. I really like this one. Not too sweet. It's like the perfect serving. You know what I mean? Just enough to get you going. Oh yeah. Let me ask y'all this. What's your go-to breakfast? What's your quick, easy breakfast item? What's your favorite? Comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Oh yeah, that is perfect. Hope I don't have any on my face or on my jacket or my chest ring or anything. A little, again, slow this morning. I keep saying it because I feel that way. Sometimes when you're out on these trips, you can feel like you got enough rest and you can feel like you slept well. But sometimes you get up and it's like, man, I feel slow this morning. I need some coffee. And I tell you what, I may even get another cup. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, there's really not much to do this morning, everybody. It's almost 7 a.m., 6:58 a.m. right now. And it has warmed up a little bit. I can tell that I still need this jacket. But yeah, not much to do. I'll talk to you all just a little more, and then I will break down camp and get out of here. So that is the plan. You all know, if you're familiar with the channel, like all the different kinds of trips that I like to go on. For this adventure, it was a backpacking trip in the backcountry. Again, we are in Shenandoah National Park, right off of Skyline Drive here in the mountains of Virginia. I love backpacking. I also love truck camping. That's when you either, take your truck, take your SUV. I should say car camping, right? Whether you have a car, a truck, an SUV, a van, whatever the case is, you pack it with as many items as you want, all the comfort items, your shelter, your sleeping bag, you know what I mean, your food, your water, extra clothes, whatever, all that stuff. And you just take it somewhere, right? So some folks, they like to go to campgrounds. Some folks like to go to, I don't know, the beach. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. For me, I like to go to far out places. I like to go to places where there aren't any people. I talked about this yesterday, and I just prefer no one. I don't want anyone around me. Now, in the last backpacking adventure, I went out with my Uncle Brett, right? And we hiked this summit called Spy Rock off the Appalachian Trail. And really, the only campsites we were able to find after reaching that summit were these campsites that were surrounded by other people. Like, I don't know, there was probably two or three groups around us. We did have two people come up to us and ask us, like, do y'all have YouTube channels? Because they saw us talking to the camera, right? And so that was kind of cool. We socialized for a little bit. But again, outside of that, I don't know. I was a little uncomfortable because it's not that I'm scared of people. It's not that I, think everybody is out to get somebody or out to do you harm. Not everybody's like that, right? But at the same time, there is somewhat of a safety concern. You're sleeping, right? You're sleeping in your tent all night, and there are people within walking distance of you, who could do anything. They could steal your stuff. You know what I mean? I had a viewer tell me one time, or ask me a question. He said, I think his name was Michael. Anyways, hey Michael, if you remember commenting or sending me a message about this, what's going on, brother? But anyway, he commented and said, aren't you afraid of people walking into your campsite or like trying to get inside your tent? And he said, like, he imagined the scariest thing camping. One of the scariest things camping would be hearing your zipper like open up. You know what I mean? Your storm flaps opening up and all that. Like, I started to think about that, and he's right. Like, if I all of a sudden heard like my vestibule or my tent opening up, someone's unzipping my tent, right? I would be going for my EDC, my everyday carry, my handgun, like right away. You know what I mean? Yeah, that would not be good. That would not be good. To finish what I'm trying to say here, everybody, another reason, like the main reason why I don't like to be around people is because they make too much noise. Like years ago, many years ago, when I didn't care where I was camping at or backpacking at, people would make like crazy noise. They would laugh, they would scream, they would play music all night. You know what I mean? They'd have dogs with them, sometimes kids, crying kids, Now, I understand people, they deserve to be outdoors. They deserve to have a space. But I purposely and intentionally try to position myself at a campsite, on a backpacking trip, to where I don't see anyone or I'm not camping near anyone. And I try to do that as best as I can. Sometimes it may not work out, but this time it did. Ever since I found this site, when I set up yesterday around, 6:30, 7 o'clock, somewhere around there, since then, I haven't seen or heard a soul. That's perfection right there. Last thing I'd like to talk to you all about before I call this episode. So earlier in this adventure, I mentioned that in the last episode, I talked to you all about being so busy at work, right? A lot of overnight, 2-night, even 3-night work trips coming up, and mainly over the weekend. This weekend, I freed up some overnight work plans. They fell through, and so I decided to take full advantage. Now, this is pretty much an impromptu trip. Like, I decided, 2 days ahead of time. So I really didn't make a script like I usually would. I had somewhat of an idea of where I wanted to go. I've never been on this part of the Appalachian Trail before, so I really didn't know what I was going to run into. But I just packed up a bag and left. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's what you have to do. Sometimes you just get in your head that you just want to get out. So again, I packed a bag, got in my truck, drove out to Skyline Drive, found some overlooks, explored those for a little bit. But then the very first trailhead, I parked and I left the parking lot to explore. And that's what I did. I had fun here. I hope you all did. That's it for this adventure. That is all. I had a great time with you all. I really appreciate your time. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button. It definitely helps the channel. And if you haven't already, please subscribe so you can get notifications on future episodes coming up. Till next time, everybody, I'm out of here. Take care.